Well, everybody, Jim D made it out to Pinch In, Water Bar Jim. Set up the hammock to just rest and relax. Been here a couple hours. Got a lot of reading done. Got some sleeping done. As you can see, I'm now getting into the place where the hammock's in the sun. Makes it a little bit on the warm side. So, can't zoom while it's in filming. So I have to zoom the old-fashioned way, move in. This is Marlin spike hitch with a whoopee sling. I thought it looked funny from the hammock a little while ago. Let's see. Hey, it's backwards. It held me. That's good. My mosquito netting is tied to the whoopee sling, just in a simple overhand knot. And I went ahead and put 2 sticks with an overhand knot. I'm thinking about attaching little strings, tying it permanently, and that way I can just tie sticks to it easily enough. My underquilt is attached right up here around the knot for the hammock. That's where I tacked one end of the underquilt. Come around to the other side, maybe I can see it better. Maybe not. There it is right there. Oh, I actually tied it. I tied it with a 2/2 hitch knot to the whoopee sling so it would not move. And right down there's the underquilt. Now, I originally cinched it up, but when I first got in it, it didn't need to be cinched up, so I completely released the side cinches. So as you can see, I got a pretty good gap there, but when I'm laying in the hammock, the gap mostly goes away. And that seemed to work. It's probably about 75 out here. The wind came up a little while ago. I was in the shade. I could feel that my feet were cool, but the part of me under the underquilt, just toasty warm. Right there in the middle are my glasses. My mosquito netting is not long enough to drape down on the sides. I kept having a gap, particularly when the wind was up. The wind would blow and expose me. You would think you'd get a lot of bugs that way, but the bugs were all coming at me from the downwind side, so it wasn't that much of a problem. I probably will go with a longer bug netting. I'll either get 2 60-inch pieces the right length and sew them together, or if I can find 45, that would be better, 45-inch width. And I'm just using netting just like they would in a veil, just some kind of mesh. I got overhand knots waiting down the ends. You can see I've got some bugs trapped in there. There they are. They don't know what to do. The hammock is attached at the other toggle, Marlin spike hitch, and I actually have the underquilt around the toggle as well, one end of it. I put a big loop on it. Made it about 10 feet long, and that was about right. I've made it to where I could adjust it. I mean, I can tie an overhand knot in there and shorten my loop, which is what I did based on the setup, so I can lengthen it or shorten it. My tree huggers, just a regular old strap through a loop. I know a lot of people use metal. Me, what I did is I just got me a piece of strapping and sewed the heck out of it. That's that thumb's not pretty. There's my thumb on it. So I sewed, is that going to focus? I sewed at least 3 inches long, and it held me. And I got one of those at each end. So my setup is whoopee slings and the little toggles and no metal whatsoever. When you're backpacking, metal equals weight. There you go, there's another one. That one's not in the sun, so maybe that'll show up better. But the only problem is my strap is not long enough for a big tree. I have to have trees about 1 foot in diameter. When I bought the strapping, I forgot how much they had left, but it seemed like I wound up with about 4.5 foot straps, and you make a loop in it, pretty soon your tree's long. If you're in an area with bigger trees, I would be in trouble. I need to make me some longer ones, but for little trees, anywhere up to probably 1 foot in diameter, and that one's probably 10 inches. Works pretty good. Up to 10-inch diameter tree. I got a little reading. Finally decided to get up. The sun's going to be on the hammock, and where I'm looking at now, the sun is going to go through a big area and shine where my head was. I could move it, say to that tree over there, and go back to sleeping, but I don't know if I will or not. Interestingly enough, there's a leaner there. I don't know if that tree's dead or not, but that's a huge, huge tree. If it is dead, sooner or later it'll come down. Let's go look at that and see what we got. That tree appears to be alive. That's a leaning hickory is what it looks like into another tree. Anyway, it makes some dark shade. The campsite I'm at is at the Pinch In Trailhead, Linville Gorge Wilderness. I am south of the parking lot. People have cleared away. There's their little fire circle. Of course, there's aluminum foil in it. Ooh, a banana peel. Great. Anyway, and I'm heading now toward the parking lot. There was a vehicle here when I got here, but no more. They came and got it while I was sleeping. So here is my mode of transportation. I was going to take a close-up of the poison ivy. There is poison ivy out here. It looks like that out here in the Linville Gorge Wilderness. If you come to Linville Gorge Wilderness, there is some poison ivy at the trailhead and along Kistler Highway. I have seen some. There's some that's been trampled. There is some poison ivy along the river, and occasionally when you're coming uphill up a trail along the river, but the higher trails typically don't have any unless they're close to the road. Somebody put a walking stick on top of an information sign. There's the sign for the Linville Gorge Wilderness. And just so everybody knows that I am truly at Pinch In Trail, truly, there is the Pinch In Trail sign. Mile long, 1,800 feet down. Not good. Adopted by, who is that crazy person? Anyway, if you look out through the trees there, you can see actually over Short Off Mountain. So we are due west of Short Off Mountain, across the river, and we're actually higher than Short Off. Anyway, there's my camp, my hammock from this point. Anyway, big parking, lots of parking as you can see. There is no charge. If you come in here on a weekend between May 1st and October 31st, you have to have a permit to stay in the gorge. But weeknights are free, no cost. The permit's no cost. They just try and limit the number of people that are in here on any given time. And there's the pinch-in parking lot. I may do a little police work and get up some of the trash, but I need to right now go take down the hammock. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the tour, or coming along for the tour. I got to make sure I don't step in this poison ivy so it rubs my legs. The bottom of my shoe I ain't worried about, but I really don't like the itch. So you get by that, you're good to go. And I have clipped it before, and I may clip it again. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and hope you enjoyed this. Who put that messy backpack beside that hammock? Oh, it was me. Oh well. Wonder if YouTube will clean up my jiggling. I'm not as fancy as some people. I don't have tripods and other stuff going. It's a good little lunch spot. But as is the case, as the day moves, the shadows move, and my hammock's coming out of the shadows, so I guess it's time to take it down. Y'all, thanks for watching. Bye.